So you're thinking about moving to Bend and you want to check some things out in and around the town of Bend. Well, today that's what we're going to be doing. We're down at the Old Mill District, the historic Old Mill District. We're going to be checking this thing out from a walking tour standpoint today. We want to show you what this area is all about, the shops, the dining, the recreational activities, all the things to do around here. It's a pretty cool scene. So if you're curious about this, learning more about recreational opportunities here in sunny Bend, Oregon, then stick around. We're going to be getting after this tour right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, working, recreating, the good and the bad of living in Bend, Oregon, then subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell below so you can be the first to know about the current market in Bend, Oregon. My name is Ryan and I've lived in Bend for over 30 years. My business partner Zach and I, we get calls and texts every day from people just like you looking for help on making their move to Bend or anywhere else here in sunny Central Oregon. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even set up a Zoom meeting. We'd be happy to help you make that smooth move to Bend or anywhere else nearby. Okay, so it's early in the morning, it's late June, it's a little brisk out here. It's probably 38 or 39 degrees. So, I don't know, can you handle that in the summertime? California people, I'm talking to you. But you know what? It's really not that bad. 38 degrees right now, it's going to be up to 75. We'll get some cold spells here and there throughout the spring and going into the early summer, but they usually don't last long. It will warm right up. It's supposed to be mid 80s to low 90s all next week, and basically that's when the switch flips, late June all the way through July, August, and even into September and maybe early October. It's where we get this fantastic slate of 120 days of incredible weather. So we're right there. We've already had a bunch of it, but sometimes it just ebbs and flows. So anyway, what are we doing today? We are down at the Old Mill District. Okay, this is a 270 acre parcel that was exactly what it sounds like. It's an old mill area. This is what Bend was all about back in the 1900s, all the way leading up to basically 2000. This whole development, 270 acres, it opened up around 2000. And so now it's like a very historic area in its own right, one of the most popular areas of Bend. So many people come down here on a daily basis. So right today, I'm here early because I want to show you guys what it's all about before this place just fills up with traffic, right? Parking lot is just completely full by about noon, and later into the day, especially during like concert season, which is what we're in right now. There's probably 50 or 60 concerts that are going to be going on at the Hayden Homes Amphitheater, which is about 1,000 feet or so behind me now. But right now we're just going to walk through this place and explain a couple of things, give you guys a tour of what it's all about, show you what it looks like without all the cars obstructing the view, so you can see the shops, the restaurants, other things, the walking trails, what people are up to early in the morning, all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. Behind me is our Regal Cinemas. That's the Old Mill 16. Okay, it's a stadium style movie theater, and that's basically our primary movie theater here in town. We used to have 3 different movie theaters like all around town, and so basically what happened was this thing opened up. It started out as a 10-plex and eventually it expanded into a 16-plex. This is where people go to watch movies. But right now what we're gonna do is just walk around, show you guys some of the sights, and then we'll meet up here in a little bit. So let's just start the walk right now. Okay, Red Robin's behind me. Everybody knows what Red Robin is, but it's right on the river. I think it's one of the busiest 5 or 10 Red Robins in the entire chain of Red Robin restaurants. It's pretty remarkable. That place is packed every day, and it's just because of its location and the fact that we're in the Old Mill, which just draws so many people. It's crazy. So that's Red Robin there, right on the river, one of the most popular Red Robin restaurants in the entire country. Let's continue the tour right now. Okay, right here, this is kind of like the gateway to the bridge behind me. And behind the bridge is the road and path to the Hayden Homes Amphitheater. So this whole boardwalk area right here, this open area, is an absolute frenzy when it comes to like a concert night, people getting over across the bridge, getting in line to wait for entrance into the concert venue. We had a concert here last Friday. It was Stapleton. He came down here and just put on an absolute show. But the bridge behind me was completely packed. It's one of the only free spots. You can walk around here and get a feel for the concert. You can hear the music pretty good right here. And it was an absolute scene. I have a couple video clips. I want to show you guys what it looks like when this whole area is just absolutely bonkers with people. So we're going to show a couple of those B-roll clips, but this gives you a feel for like where we're at right now. You can see the stacks behind me. The river is over here, so there's paths that run along the river for miles, and people are walking, they're jogging, they're biking, they're doing all kinds of stuff, but it's just a place to be outdoors. Obviously you got the outdoor seating here. There's restaurants that start behind me here. We saw a couple of the shops there. There was Gap, there's Banana Republic, there's American Eagle. So we're right in the heart of it right now, but this is really where the Old Mill District gets a lot of its character because it's such a draw for so many people. It doesn't really matter what time of day either, it's all day. So it's early right now. You can see people are starting to come out, they're walking. There's a coffee shop behind me, Sister's Coffee, which is absolutely fantastic coffee. That place is usually pretty busy, but there's a lot of people that are out walking right now. They're getting their early morning jog in. So this gives you an idea as to what's going on here without too much traffic, but there's also some clips we're going to show you in this video that will give you a feel for what it looks like when this place is going crazy at nighttime in the summer. So let's keep walking and we'll see where we're at in just a couple of minutes. Okay, behind me, that's going to be the REI store, formerly one of the mills. There were two primary mills here in the Old Mill District, but this building is a historic building. You can see the smokestacks up there behind me. They shoot up about 200 feet, but this really is the ultimate landmark of Bend, Oregon. It represents what Bend was for the first 100 years of its existence. The river is just right over here. The logs would float down from the mountains, and they'd come right down here into the Mill District, formerly the Mill District, now the Old Mill District, and this is where they went into production, and this is what Bend's industry was all about. So this building's been preserved, of course. It is one of the coolest stores I've ever been in, and if you ever get a chance to go into the REI here, you should definitely take advantage of it because it is unlike any REI retail building or store you'll ever see. So here it is right here. Let's keep on walking. We'll get on the river here in a second and show you guys the path and give you guys some perspective as to where the Hayden Homes Amphitheater is, as well as some of the other walking trails, shops, restaurants, etc. here in this awesome place to visit. So let's keep walking. Okay, so we're coming up towards the south end here. The road behind me, that goes all the way up to, I think it's Bond Street, and then that will take you onto the box factory eventually. 2 miles down the road, that's gonna be downtown Bend in this direction behind me. So if we keep on walking here, what we're gonna see are a couple more restaurants. Pretty cool spots here. Cafe Yum, a new restaurant called Lady Bird's, kind of a steakhouse, upscale. It's pretty good. And then we've got Pastini down here. Got a little pond over here. This is pretty neat. And there's a couple fly shops in the area. They'll bring their customers out here. They can practice their casting, things like that, try out some of the products right here on these little ponds. But yeah, we're approaching the river and the trail, and then we'll finish up the walking tour, just going along the river for a little bit. Show you guys the vantage point of the Hayden Homes Amphitheater too, which is right up here. And so we'll check that out here in just a second. Okay, right behind me, that's the stage of the Hayden Homes Amphitheater. So, we got the river in between us and the stage. We're right here in the old mill, you can see it. But truly a remarkable scene. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of floaters that are on this stretch of river on a daily basis in the summertime. It's an absolute scene. Last Friday during the concert, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of flotation devices, people on their raft or their canoe, their kayak. They were anchored down in the river right here, just trying to hear a glimpse or catch a glimpse of Chris Stapleton himself. And that's not uncommon for any big name that comes to this venue behind me here. We get probably 50 to 60 concerts a summer, and some of the artists are absolute in their prime. They sell the place out. It's an 8,000 person venue. Depends on who's playing. Sometimes you're allowed to bring lawn chairs in, or you can take up space with a blanket. Other times it's stand only. And so you could probably squeeze another 2,000 people in there, but there are also thousands of onlookers and fans that are outside the venue trying to hear and enjoy the concerts as well, just in this little area, as well as the surrounding area on the other side of the amphitheater. So again, it's a very unique area. Unlike many others I've ever been to, there's only a few outdoor amphitheaters in the Northwest, and this is one of the primary locations and venues for big name concerts. So pretty cool that Ben gets this right in the heart of the city. So let's just keep on walking now, and we can continue this tour and wrap it up. We're gonna walk along the river right now to give you some more perspective of where we're at right here in the Old Mill District. Okay, so we just finished looping around the old mill. We went through the primary road there with all the shops, some of the restaurants, etc. Then we came back around to where we started. Now we're on the footbridge. We came along the riverside, and you can see the vantage point here from in the middle of the river. Again, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of floaters on this stretch of river on a daily basis this time of year. Maybe not so much today, but I could still see plenty of them coming out, even if the daytime high is in the mid 70s. But when we get days where it's 85, 95, sometimes it's over 100, it is incredible, the absolute scene of how many people are trying to get down to the river to cool off and enjoy just a lazy float for a couple miles from the old mill all the way down to Drake Park. It is one of the coolest things and one of the best scenes. So when we get some of this hotter weather here in the next couple of months, we'll do a video just based off of trying to show all the people trying to access the river and enjoy just what the Deschutes River is that goes right through the heart of Bend. So that's the south entrance right there, the Old Mill District. That's the primary access point. We just crossed the bridge from the Old Mill area to the path that leads to the entrance to the Hayden Homes Amphitheater. Behind me is a big parking lot. This just became, it turned into a parking lot, this stretch of land right here. This was just a bunch of dirt. Used to be sand volleyball courts here too on a small stretch of it, but you got a hotel behind me here. We're now on the west side of the river. And then over here, you can kind of see the tanks. That's the Deschutes Brewery headquarters right over there. So one of the biggest microbreweries in the country, started here in Bend in 1988, obviously world famous if you are a craft brew aficionado. So this is gonna pretty much wrap up the tour. We're gonna head back the same way that we came in. We'll do a little bit more of a tour walking style, and then we can finish up the video. Okay, so we're wrapping up the video. We're kind of near where we started about 30 minutes ago or so. River's behind me. If I pan around, you can see some houses on the ridge behind me. Actually, a few hundred feet behind me here, along that stretch of path on the river that we were walking on in the old mill, it continues on and it goes on the other side of the bridge. You might be able to see it there. There's some cars in between those two buildings. But on the other side, the path continues. It goes upstream, and there's a little housing development with homes right on the river that the backyard goes right to that path. Kind of like down in Southern California on some of the beach coastal towns like Manhattan or Hermosa Beach, where the backyard just goes right to the boardwalk. And you got people that are riding their bikes or roller skating or doing whatever. They're walking on a daily basis all day, every day. It's kind of cool. We kind of have a little bit of that feel. Houses up on the ridge here. there's a lot going on around here, and there will continue to be more development in and around the old Mill District. It's kind of the centerpiece along with downtown Bend for a lot of pedestrians, a lot of activity outside, a lot of things where people just gravitate to. In the spring, summer, fall, it doesn't matter, but summer primarily, there are just thousands of people that utilize this space, 270-acre parcel right on the river that was redeveloped back in the late 90s to early 2000s. Now it's one of the most popular areas of Bend, and so it's right in the thick of it too, right in the center. A lot of homes are about 5 to 10 minute drive, and so there's parking everywhere. Pretty awesome spot. The river's here. There's other attractions. There's great restaurants down here. The theater's down here. The amphitheater's down here. So pretty remarkable scene. If you guys haven't been down here, definitely check it out. We're so thankful you're watching these videos. We're very thankful that you guys are supporting the channel. We want to be your resource when it comes to your real estate needs. When it's time, give us a call. It starts with you guys. You got to reach out to us. Give us a call. You can shoot us a text, email, or set up that Zoom. Doesn't matter. We want to help you guys find a spot that's right for you. Doesn't matter where the location is here in Central Oregon. We want to show you as much as we possibly can as it relates to Central Oregon and the real estate in and around the area of Bend, Redmond, Sisters, etc. So again, thanks for watching our videos. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video. If you have a comment, please drop it in the comment section below. We want to hear from you. Give us some more ideas, give us some feedback, continue to inspire us to make more content. We want to help serve you. So again, thanks for watching. If we don't see you around the old mill or somewhere around town, we'll just plan on seeing you guys on the next video. Thanks and have a great day.